So here are the last of the questions for Penny's Pet Shop. I hope you had a really good go at them and persevered and not let it beat you. So here are the explanations of the answers. Number 7. When Penny opened the shop this morning, she had 15 birds. Now she has 8 left. This morning she had 16 mice. Now she has 9. Has she sold more birds or mice? Explain your answer. So the first thing we need to do is work out how many birds she sold and how many mice, and then we explain. And I want you to really focus on using your number bonds to explain this, okay? So let me just sort my pen out, change the batteries, and then we'll start going. So the first thing is the birds. She had 15 birds and now she's got 8 left. Oh dear, it doesn't want to work. There we go. So we're going to draw a bar that has 15, a bar by Miss Bar. And we're going to do one part is 18 and we need to work out 8, sorry, and we need to work out what the other part is. Now, remember what we say about using our bonds to 10. So 15 is 10 and 5. And to get from 8 to 10, we've had to add 2. So we need to take 2 from 5. So 5 take 2, we know is 3. So that's how many birds she has sold. So she's sold 3 birds. Let's just write that there to make sure we can keep a note of it. What about that little bit there? Come on. Dear me. There we go. Right, so we've just got plenty of room. Now we're going to work out the mice. So she had 16 and now she has 9. How many has she sold? So we're going to start with 16. She has 9 left and we need to work out how many she's sold. Again, I'm going straight back to my bonds to 10. 16 is the same as 10 and 6. So to get from 10 to 9, I've got to take 1 away. To get from 9 to 10, I've got to add 1. So I'm going to take it away from 6. 6 take away 1, I know is 5. So she has sold 5 mice. So I would write in this box, I'll try and write small. She has sold more mice because, and I would say 15 birds take away 8 birds equals 3, and 16 mice take away 9 mice equals 5 mice, and 5 is more than 3. So that's what it's saying when it's saying to explain. Let's see if we can do that magic shrinking so I can keep my lovely bar models, but move them up a bit so they're still up there. Good. Penny has the same number of cats and dogs left at the end of the day. Complete the number sentence to show this. Now, this is where we really need to focus on this little special symbol here, the equals sign. We always need to remember that equals means the same as. So 12 take away 5 has got to be the same as 16 take away and whatever we put in that box. So both bars have got to be equal to each other. Okay, so 5 and 12 together, that's not a very good bar, is it actually, because 5 and 12 are not that equal. Not equal, so let's do 5 with a smaller bar. 5 and 12 have got to be the same as 16 and something. So if I know that 2 add 5 is 7 and add a 10 is 17, my 16 and something else has got to equal 17 too. Now, that's quite simple when you look at it like that. When you look at it like that, you think, oh my goodness, that's so scary. But as soon as you draw those bars and realise that 12 take away 5 and 16 take away something have to be equal, you can work it out that between 16 and 17, you know the other part's just going to be 1. That is why we do the bar and why we think about our number bonds. It's really, really, really important, because we can look here and think the difference between 12 and 16 is 4. The difference between 1 and 5 is 4 as well. So important that we can understand that. So parents, if you're wondering why I've been going on about the bar method for 3 days straight now, that is why, because it shows us the maths. It doesn't do it for us, but it shows us how to work it out. Let's have a go at the next one. Penny sells some snakes and turtles. Complete the number sentences to find out how many she has left. So we're going to start with the turtles. 12 is our whole number and 4 is a part, and we're going to find out the other part. So we go straight back to 10 as a part of 12, and the other part of 12 is 2. To get from 2 to 4, we need to add 2. So I'm going to have to take 2 away from 10. I know 2 and 8 bond together. So therefore he has how many turtles left? 8. He's got 8 turtles left in the shop. Let's go with this now. Snakes. I am not going to draw a bar model for snakes because you know the relationship between 6 and 3 from number blocks. And if you don't from number blocks, I'm going to draw it for you. There is 6. What can you see about 6? 6 is just double 3. So if I've got 6 and I'm taking away 3, I have 3 left. So sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the bar model isn't needed. If you know those relationships with your numbers, you don't always need to draw the bar model. Right, let's move down a little bit. Oh, that was a bit much, I think. Oh, no, it wasn't. So we need to go on to question 9. Let's have a little go. Penny was counting the animals in the shop. One of the cats has walked all over her work. Oh my goodness. Can you help her to work out the missing numbers? So we've got a missing number here, a missing number here, here and here. These ones are just extra paw prints where she's walked. So we need to work out which number goes with 6 and 8 to make the number 15. So this is the one that we've got to work out. And always, 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 I'm going to go with my bonds to 10. So 6 bonds with 4 to make 10. And then if I've taken 4 from 8, I've got another 4 left. And then how many more do I need? 1 more, okay? So I've split my 8 in half there into 2 and 2 because into 4 and 4. Let me do that again so it's more clear. Into 4 and 4. So I have got 6 and 4 together making 10 there. If I put that there, look, let me get the rubber, make it more clear for you. Let's draw that bar better there. Oh my goodness, come on, there we go. So 4's in there. 10 and 4 is 14, but we need 15, so I only need 1 more. Now, I've got 1 there. So what I've done is I've actually added only 1, haven't I? No, sorry. Let me think about this. Oh, Miss Bar's got it confused now. So I've got 6 and 8, and I have only added 1. Can you see? Just because we've split 8 into 4 and 4, so we can do our bonds, I've still only added 1. So 6, add 8, add 1 is 15. So the answer is there. Let's shrink this so I can show you what the number sentence would look like. Oh, hang on. Let's move that over there out the way so I can shrink. And put it up over here. And bring this back. There we go. So this number sentence would be 6 add 8 would make 14. Add 1 more makes 15. Right, are we ready for the next one? 5 add 8 add something equals 18. And I think this one might be a bit easier. 18 is our whole number because we're adding, so we're putting parts together. We have got, I'm going to put 8 at the end over here. I'm going to put 5 here, and then we're going to say we need to work out the other 5. So 18 is 8. Oh, I've given the game away there, haven't I? That's because I know my number bonds to 10, because 18 is 8 and 10 isn't it? And I know that 5 and 5 make 10. So it must be 5 add 8 add 5. Look, 5 add 8 add 5 to make 18. So here would be the number sentence. 5 add 8 add 5 equals 18. Oh, I can't believe I gave the game away there. Right, next one. 12 add 4 add something equals 19. So my whole number is the number 19, like so. And I've got to have 12 and 4 and a mystery number there. This way I'm going to show you another way that we could have done it. So 12 and 4, 2, 4 makes 6, and a 10, 16. And then I need to make 19, so I need to think about 6 and 9. What do I bond with 6 to make 9? I use the number 3. Okay, that's another way we can do it. So our number sentence would look like this. 12 add 4 add 3 equals 19. Our number that goes in the box there is 3. That's the one that the paw print is covering. And the last one, 4 add 6 add something equals 13. Now, as soon as you look at this, you should see those two numbers right there. What do you know about those two numbers? Those two numbers add to 10, so you should not even need to draw a bar. I will show you what the bar would look like, but you should see that that's 10, and the missing number there would be 3, because 13 is 10 and 3. If you're a bit confused as to how I quickly got that, I'll show you. So the whole number is 13. You've got 4, add 6, add something. You should know that 13 is made up of 10 and 3. 4 and 6 are 10. So that missing number there must be 3. 4 add 6 is 10, add 3 more makes 13. It's all about, do you see why all week I've been saying to you, it's all about you understanding the relationships between numbers and your bonds to numbers within 20. Oh dear, computer's frozen. Your bonds within numbers to 20 are so important. As soon as you know that, you'll know everything you need to know ever in maths. Well, not quite everything, but a lot. Makes everything else a lot easier to learn. Finally, number 10. To say thank you to all of her customers, Penny decides to buy some sweeties for everyone who came to visit in the first week. How many sweeties does she need? Now, I'm not going to draw a bar for this one because we've got 5 different numbers to add. We are going to have a look to see if we can see any bonds. Then we might put them together using the number line. So straight away I can see 7 and 3 is 10. So I'm going to add 10 on there, look. Anything else that I can see? Or I know that 3 and 2 bond together to make 5. That's a good bond. So I have changed it to the sentence 4 add 10 add 5 because I've exchanged those numbers using my bonds. 4 add 10 add 5. I know that 4 and 5 make 9. So I can do 9 add 10. What is 9 add 10? It is the number 19. How many sweets does Penny need? She needs 19. I really hope you've had fun using your number bonds to problem solve and seeing why it's so important to understand them rather than just knowing how to count on. Makes maths such quicker. Like this, if you were counting on, you'd be there forever counting on. But look how quickly I did it by knowing my relationships between numbers.